Do you face a giant that casts a shadow over your soul? A challenge so vast it threatens to consume your very spirit? What if the secret to overcoming impossible odds lies not in your strength, but in an ancient wisdom, an unshakable faith, and the courage to look within? Join us as we unveil the timeless truth of David and Goliath. There is an ancient murmur, a whisper that echoes through the ages, revealing a truth often obscured by the clamor of our modern world. It is a tale etched not merely in scripture, but in the very fabric of human experience. The confrontation with the insurmountable, the moment when fear threatens to swallow hope whole. Today we journey to the Valley of Elah, not just to recount a battle, but to unearth a timeless philosophy for building an unshakable life, a life rooted in Christ, guided by Stoic virtues, and ready to face any challenge, no matter how colossal. Imagine the scene: two armies arrayed for war, yet frozen in a stalemate. On one side, the Philistines, a formidable force embodying worldly power and aggression. On the other, the Israelites, God's chosen people, yet gripped by a terror that paralyzed their every move. For 40 days, a shadow fell across that valley, a shadow cast by one being, Goliath of Gath. He was a behemoth, a titan of a man, standing over 9 feet tall, clad in bronze armor that gleamed menacingly under the scorching sun. His spear was like a weaver's beam. His shield-bearer marched before him, proclaiming his terrifying presence. Every morning, every evening, Goliath emerged, bellowing his challenge, his voice a guttural roar that stripped courage from the bravest hearts. Choose a man for yourselves, and let him come down to me. If he is able to fight with me and kill me, then we will be your servants. But if I prevail against him and kill him, then you shall be our servants and serve us. What was this challenge but a mirror for the existential dread that plagues humanity across all epochs? Goliath was not merely a physical giant, he was the embodiment of overwhelming odds, the symbol of every impossible deadline, every crushing debt, every debilitating illness, every deep-seated fear that whispers, "You are not enough, you cannot win." The Israelites, despite their numbers, despite their divine covenant, saw only the external threat. They measured Goliath by his height, his armor, his reputation. They measured themselves by their own perceived inadequacy against such a monster. Their gaze was fixed outward, on the vastness of the problem, and in doing so, they lost sight of their own inner resources, their faith, and their purpose. They became slaves to fear, prisoners of their perception. This, my friends, is the first and most profound lesson from the Valley of Elah. Fear often arises not from the magnitude of the threat itself, but from our internal assessment of our capacity to withstand it. And that assessment is often flawed, colored by external appearances and the clamor of the world, rather than the quiet strength cultivated within. It was into this arena of paralyzing fear that David arrived, a young shepherd boy fresh from the quiet solitude of the fields. He came not as a warrior, but as a messenger, bringing provisions to his brothers. He witnessed the panic, heard the taunts of Goliath, and felt a burning indignation. Not indignation at Goliath's size, but at the insult hurled at the living God, at the humiliation of his people. David saw not an insurmountable giant, but an affront to truth, a challenge to faith. Here we see the nascent spark of an unshakable heart. Where others saw despair, David saw defiance. Where others saw an ending, he saw an opportunity for divine intervention. This perspective, this radical shift from external focus to internal conviction, is the cornerstone of both Christian faith and Stoic wisdom. The soldiers, conditioned to conventional warfare, to the might of armies and the gleam of bronze, could not comprehend David's perspective. Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God? David asked, his words ringing with a clarity that cut through the fear-laden fog. His older brother, Eliab, hearing this, scorned him, accusing him of arrogance, telling him to return to his sheep. This too is a familiar trial. When we dare to see beyond the conventional, to propose a solution rooted in faith or unconventional wisdom, we are often met with derision from those who cling to the established order of fear. Yet David persisted. His words reached King Saul, who, desperate and defeated, agreed to hear him. David spoke not of military strategy, but of personal experience, of a deep connection with the divine, and a resolute will forged in the wilderness. Your servant has been keeping his father's sheep. When a lion or a bear came and carried off a lamb from the flock, I went after it, struck it, and rescued the lamb from its mouth. When it turned on me, I seized it by its hair, struck it, and killed it. Your servant has killed both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine will be like one of them, because he has defied the armies of the living God. The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine. Consider this profound declaration. David did not boast of his physical strength, though he clearly possessed it. He spoke of his skill, his resolve, and most importantly, his reliance on a divine protector. This is the essence of true strength, knowing your capabilities, honing your skills, and grounding your confidence in a higher power or a firm moral foundation. He had faced lesser yet terrifying giants in the solitude of his calling. He had practiced, he had endured, he had learned that victory came not from brute force alone, but from courage, agility, and a profound trust. If this journey into ancient wisdom resonates with you, if you find solace and strength in these timeless truths, consider sharing this insight with someone who might need it. Your support empowers us to explore more profound depths of Christian and Stoic wisdom. Saul, perhaps seeing a flicker of his own lost courage in the boy's eyes, relented. He offered David his own armor, his bronze helmet, his heavy sword. But David, though he tried them on, found them ill-fitting, cumbersome. I cannot go in these, he said, for I have not tested them, and he took them off. This act is laden with symbolic weight for us today. How often do we try to fight our battles with borrowed tools, with strategies that don't fit our unique strengths, with expectations imposed by others? Saul's armor represented the conventional, the expected, the world's way of fighting. But David instinctively knew that his victory lay not in conforming to external expectations, but in embracing his authentic self, his honed skills, and his unwavering faith. He chose instead 5 smooth stones from the stream and his shepherd's sling. These were his tools, simple yet perfectly suited to his mastery. These stones represent the resources truly within our control, our character, our discipline, our faith, our unique talents, our cultivated virtues. The Stoics teach us the dichotomy of control. Focus intensely on what is within your power, your thoughts, your actions, your choices, and calmly accept what is not. Goliath's size, his armor, his taunts were external. They were not within David's control, but David's aim, his courage, his faith, his readiness, these were entirely his to command. As he walked towards Goliath, David did not cower. He ran towards the giant. Imagine the scene: a towering, armored warrior bellowing threats, and a young, unassuming boy armed only with a sling and 5 stones, striding towards him with unwavering purpose. Goliath, looking down with disdain, cursed David by his gods. "Am I a dog," he sneered, "that you come at me with sticks?" His arrogance blinded him to the true nature of his opponent. He saw only the physical, the external, the youth. He failed to see the spirit, the faith, the practiced hand, the unshakable heart. David's reply was magnificent, a testament to his inner resolve. "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands, and I will strike you down and cut off your head. And I will give the carcasses of the Philistine army this very day to the birds and the wild animals, so that the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel. All those gathered here will know that it is not by sword or spear that the Lord saves, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give all of you into our hands." This was not bravado. It was a declaration of purpose, a statement of unwavering faith. David understood that the battle was not truly his. It was God's. He was merely the instrument. This mindset frees us from the burden of outcome, allowing us to focus purely on the virtuous action, the disciplined effort, the courageous step. As we delve deeper into this profound wisdom, I invite you to pause and share your own reflections in the comments below. What giants do you face in your life, and what small yet powerful stones are you preparing to use? Your perspective enriches our collective pursuit of strength and wisdom. Then, with decisive action, David reached into his bag, took out a stone, put it in his sling, and hurled it with all his might. The stone flew true, striking Goliath squarely on the forehead. The mighty giant, who had terrorized an entire army for 40 days, staggered, then fell face down to the ground. The very symbol of terror lay vanquished, brought down by an improbable instrument, guided by an unshakable heart. The fall of Goliath was not just a physical victory, it was a spiritual and psychological triumph. The Israelites, seeing their tormentor fall, rose from their paralysis and pursued the Philistines with renewed vigor. The fear that had held them captive for so long was suddenly broken. David, taking Goliath's own sword, cut off his head, ensuring that the symbol of their fear would be removed entirely. What does this ancient narrative mean for us, who navigate the complex landscapes of the 21st century? Our giants may not wield spears or wear bronze armor, but they are no less formidable. They are the crushing weight of societal expectations, the relentless hum of anxiety, the silent despair of addiction, the paralyzing grip of procrastination, the overwhelming flood of information that leaves us feeling adrift. They are the self-doubt that whispers, "We are unworthy," the past traumas that shackle our present, the fear of failure that prevents us from even beginning. Like the Israelites, we often stand before these modern Goliaths, frozen in fear, convinced of our inadequacy. We stare at the magnitude of the problem, allowing its shadow to obscure our inner light, our inherent strength, our faith. We seek Saul's armor-borrowed solutions, fleeting distractions, external validations that do not fit our unique spirit or truly address the root of our challenges. We forget our own 5 smooth stones, the virtues, skills, and divine guidance that are uniquely ours. The story of David and Goliath is a timeless blueprint for cultivating an unshakable heart, a heart impervious to the world's clamor and the giants it presents. First, cultivate a mind of faith. Like David, we must ground ourselves in a belief system that transcends our immediate circumstances. For David, it was the living God. For us, it is Christ's teachings, the promise of divine strength, and the conviction that we are not alone in our struggles. Faith is the ultimate antidote to fear, providing an anchor when the world storms around us. It allows us to see beyond the immediate threat to the eternal purpose. Second, master what is within your control. Our 5 smooth stones are our virtues: courage, justice, wisdom, temperance. They are our daily disciplines, our practices of self-awareness, our deliberate choices to act with integrity. By focusing on these, we develop inner resilience that makes us truly formidable. Third, embrace your authentic tools. David refused Saul's armor. He understood his own strengths and weaknesses. We too must resist the temptation to adopt strategies or identities that do not align with our true selves. What are your unique skills, your innate talents, your core values? These are your sling and stones. Cultivate them, trust them, and use them with precision and purpose. Fourth, draw strength from past victories. David reminded Saul of the lion and the bear. Reflect on your own past triumphs, however small they may seem. These experiences, where you faced adversity and overcame it, are proof of your inherent resilience and capacity for growth. They are the wellspring of self-belief that fuels you when the next giant appears. Finally, run towards your giants with purpose. David did not retreat, he advanced. When we face our fears, our anxieties, our seemingly impossible odds head-on with a clear purpose and a heart rooted in faith and virtue, we strip them of their power. The act of turning to face the giant is often the most difficult, but it is also the most liberating. The story of David and Goliath is not merely a historical account. It is a timeless parable for the human condition. It reminds us that true strength is not found in physical might or external advantages, but in the unseen realm of faith, courage, and discipline. It teaches us that the greatest battles are often won not on the battlefield, but within the confines of our own minds and hearts. May you, as you walk your own path, identify the giants that cast shadows over your life. May you gather your unique stones of faith, virtue, and purpose. And may you, with an unshakable heart, stride forward knowing that the battle is not just yours, but part of a larger divine narrative, and that within you lies the capacity to overcome any obstacle. For in the intersection of Christian faith and Stoic wisdom, you will discover the profound truth that even the smallest hand, guided by an unwavering spirit, can bring down the mightiest foe. May your journey be one of courage, transformation, and ultimately, triumph. Now, as you confront your own modern giants, the anxieties, the distractions, the overwhelming pressures, remember David's unwavering spirit. What if you too could cultivate that unshakable heart, that clarity of purpose, that profound inner strength? You can, for those seeking to anchor their faith and understand the rational case for Christian principles, discover C.S. Lewis' Mere Christianity, your guide to moral clarity and eternal hope. To build daily resilience and self-mastery inspired by history's greatest minds, we offer the Daily Stoic, a year-long journey into timeless wisdom. And for deeper philosophical insights into virtue and a purposeful life, meditate with Marcus Aurelius himself through his timeless work. Meditations, your personal guide to navigating life's challenges with grace. These are more than books. They are your modern smooth stones, the wisdom, the discipline, the faith you need to face down any challenge. Don't wait for your Goliath to grow larger. Empower your journey today. Click the links below in the description to begin building your unshakable heart.